don't have any hope. You don't have anything else. We are really not surviving.
Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot.
The investigation into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous.
TV, y'all, I'm about to get ready to do a deep breakdown on the whole aspect of quarantine, you know what I mean? But I'm really going to be using Roddy Ricch as an example for my whole video. And when you look at Roddy Ricch, remember he had the song called The Box. Now I'm going to be playing, I'm not really going to play the audio too much because, you know, copyrights and flagging it. But I'm really going to just basically break this down because this album came out like 3 months before quarantine. And remember it was called Please Excuse Me for Being Anti-Social. Now we understand that all go with social distancing and hence the whole aspect of the box. And as you see, he got half, you know, the one eye symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Notice the picture. He has the one eye symbolism. And now we already know how he says, basically, told him wipe my nose, say slat slat. I won't never sell my souls. I can back that. You know what I mean? And he said, you know, she sucked my soul, got a cash app. You know what I'm saying? And I got the mojo deals we've been trapping like the 80s. Now I'm going to delve deep in this because he said pour up the whole seal. I'm going to get lazy. You know, had to put the stick in the box. Had to hit the lick with the box. You know what I'm saying? Now when you understand the whole aspect of the stick and the box, I'm going to get deep into this because when you understand the whole aspect of quarantine, it's like literally you being in a box. You know what I mean? You literally have only so much perimeter and radius that you're able to operate in. And how you say he had to put the stick in the box. When you understand the aspect of, like I said, quarantine is like prison, penal system aspect. And when you understand the box, you know, people call the vagina the box because it represents nothing but like mother goddess energy. Because when you understand the moon, you know, Islam, you know, when you understand the moon, you know what I mean? You understand the cube of Islam, the Islam flag with the star. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get into that in a minute. But the whole aspect of the moon and the star. And when you understand the whole aspect of the Saturn cube, that represents nothing but the like the aspect of Satan energy, hidden energy. You know what I mean? The unknown. You get where I'm going with this? And when you understand the black cube is what he's talking about. Can't put the stick in the box because that represents nothing but the whole aspect of the new world order we're about to head into. And I'm actually going to be delving deep into this because when you look in, when you pay attention to this, it's so deep because he said we've been trapped in like the 80s. And remember, I have my 80s breakdown. I got a whole section breakdown on gangster rap, and I have the breakdown on the whole drug game back in the 80s. But the whole trap in like the 80s, remember the whole aspect was you making all the money, and then what do? You ended up in the penal system. And remember, I already mentioned this on my last video about the human extinction. Check that out, about the whole aspect of the penal system represents nothing but the sodomy of the man. You know what I mean? Being sodomized on a spiritual aspect because you're getting stripped of all your manhood, all your freedoms, all your human rights. You get what I'm saying? That's what the whole quarantine was for and was about. Hence why he said, you know, she sucked my soul. She got a cash app. He got to reward her for that. You know what I mean? In other words, trying to say is like the whole aspect of you basically abiding by this new world that we're about to go through is literally about you're going to have rewards for that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to delve deep onto this because what I noticed too is how he said I got the pink slip. All my whips is keyless. Compton, I'm about to get the key to the city. Patek like the sea, forgive me. You know what I mean? Patek like the sea, forgive me. But the pink slip, when you understand the pink slip, that's nothing but basically a car title. You know what I mean? And then he said all my whips is keyless. And then Compton, I'm about to get the key to the city because we already know as it's written, the Messiah has the keys to hell and to, you know, to death and hell. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm gonna show some images in a minute, and I'm actually gonna delve deep into this on a high level. But first off, I want to show this right here. Is how you see the number 7. And then you see the number 91. Now 9 plus 1 equals 10. And then 7 alone is the God number, and so is 10. So when you times that together, what do you get? You get 70. You feel what I'm saying? And hint the whole aspect, how the score on the board was 70-70, and it was 2-1. You know what I mean? Because what that represent is nothing but like the aspect of the Messiah before with the crucifixion. You know what I'm saying? Hint why he crossed him over. You know what I mean? It represented nothing but the Messiah with the crucifixion, and then basically the new Messiah coming for victory. You know what I'm saying? Notice that. And I'm going to show you something too, because his jersey has he has the Falcons on it. That's literally the school that he's playing for. It's called the Falcons. So when you understand the Falcon, when I did a look into that, which is crazy, because the Falcon, if you understand that anyway, that don't represent nothing but the Horus. You know, the all-seeing eye. You know what I mean? If on a lower level, like for people who see it as that, like the all-seeing eye. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to delve deep into this because pay attention to the guy sitting in the front row. You see what I'm saying? They both wear number 22 and number 32. Come on, man. Like, we got to really look at all of these numbers, all Masonic. You know what I'm saying? All of these numbers is Masonic. Because when you look at that, and actually, I'm sorry, he's wearing number 33, representing the 33 degrees of Masonry. I'm so sorry, the 33 degrees of Masonry. And when you look at that, too, he said he got his arm in the rim like Vince Carter. Now, when you understand the aspect of the I did the breakdown on the gangster rap in the 80s. You know what I mean? And when you understand the rim, the high priest used to wear the U-rim on their breastplate. You know what I'm saying? They used to wear the U-rim. And that representing basically nothing but like having the high level of judgment and to like rule in Israel. You know what I mean? And when you look at the back row in the back, notice it's 2011 through 12. Then he got 2013, 2015, 2016. All of that represent, you remember Obama was in during those years. You know what I mean? Before Trump came in. Those were all the Obama numbers. Obama years of having rulership. But when you understand that, and I'm about to delve deep into this because it's crazy. Because the box literally released, like I said, February. The song came out, but I'm talking about the video. The video basically came out like February, I think 21st, 2020. And when you understand that, a year before that, Obama was at the Zion Williamson game on February 21st, 2019. And at 33 seconds, I'm going to show you when Zion's shoe had exploded. But Obama was at the game wearing a bomber's jacket saying, oh, his shoe exploded. Pay attention to the clip and I'm going to chime in.
Yeah. Look at his. Wow. Watch what he plants right here. His
Duke is nothing but the Blue Devils, and North Carolina represents nothing but the Tar Heels, representing the heels of the Messiah crushing the head of the Blue Devils. You get what I'm saying? In Genesis 3.
Foot comes out of his shoe.
Look at that. And Obama said his shoe had exploded. You know what I mean? And notice he is wearing the bomber's jacket. Hint, the shoe explodes, and he's wearing the bomber's jacket, representing nothing but the whole aspect of the false Messiah. You know what I mean? That people are gonna witness, man, and are gonna take heed to. You know what I'm saying? Hint why the Blue Devils was wearing a shoe that exploded. You get what I'm saying? But I'm about to keep this thing going because, as you see, like I said, he got his arm in the rim. Remember I said the high he's wearing the number 7 representing, because the blue and the red anyway represents nothing but the sense of the duality, the spiritual and the physical world. And the guy that he crossed over, before I really go deeper into this, the guy that he crossed over was wearing a red, you remember? Because that represents the Messiah before going through the ritualistic, he went through the sacrifice, being the lamb sacrifice. And then the blue represents him coming in full form. Hint why the Masons use the color blue. You know what I mean? To exalt themselves as the Messiah. But I'm going to get deep into this because hint why they in the vault too. You know what I mean? Because when you understand the vault, that represents getting the wealth of the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? And you look at this too. Notice he got he's sitting on a golden, like basically like the air mattress is nothing but the golden cloud. I'm gonna show this in a second. But notice like in Revelation 13, as it's written, the beast shall come out the sea. Notice the waters is purple, representing a high spiritual realm. And then notice he's laying on a golden cloud, basically the golden air mattress, which is nothing but the golden cloud. I'm going to get deep into this now, y'all. And he got the pillows representing nothing but the pillars of the Messiah. But I'm going to delve deep into this. All that's representing right here, the cloud, as it's written, the Messiah should come through the cloud. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get deep into this because as you look at it, it's so deep, man, because you see the golden air mattress. And then you see, like I said, the air mattress represents nothing but the cloud anyway. And when you understand that as it's written, the Messiah should come through the cloud. And then notice like that, the pillars, all that air mattress really representing the two, like the three pillows is representing nothing but the three pillars. You know what I mean? As it's written in Psalms 118:22, the stone which the builders, aka masons, refuse is become the whole headstone of the corner, representing the Messiah becoming the foundation of the world, even though the masons reject him. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep because when you understand that too, as it's written, the Messiah shall come through the cloud, aka why he's on the air mattress on the sea. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and everyone shall see him, and they also which pierced him shall see him. You know what I mean? Those who slayed him before shall see him. And hence why Satan uses the cloud. You know what I mean? Remember, they already said they want to download people's consciousness and put it in the cloud. Hence why Satan uses the cloud. You know what I mean? And as he already said in Isaiah 14:14, Satan said, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You know what I mean? And I'm about to delve deep into this because as it said, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord. You feel where I'm going with this? Like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all in our face, man. You feel me? And notice how he also say too, like I said, I don't really want to play it because of copyrights, but you know how he already said he basically said that he gonna become president. You know what I mean? Basically, like when he said that she wiped my nose, that mean that he was gonna be given a high position. You know what I'm saying? And what that mean, like basically he was gonna be given a high position. And you know, when you look at that too, you look at that like the nosebleeds. That's why he said, basically like I won't sell my soul, and I can back that. You know what I mean? Because basically what he's trying to say is nothing but he's basically in the oath, man. You know what I mean? Notice how he said I'm a 2020 president candidate, because that means that he basically gonna get exalted. You know what I'm saying? And when he said basically F SWAT, that mean nothing but like the judgment and the Messiah coming to basically bring down his kingdom. He won't be affected by it. That's why he's saying F SWAT, man. Who is the SWAT he talking about? He's talking about the Messiah bringing judgment to this kingdom. Basically, he's saying he won't be affected by it. He said, tell them F12, F SWAT, busting all the bells out the box. You know, I just hit a lick with the box. Basically, what he's saying, he's basically reaping the benefits of this one world order we're about to go in, man. And what's deep about this, too, you see the women building the box. Because what that represents anyway, the box, like I said already, represents the whole aspect. Remember, I was talking about the mother goddess and the whole aspect of the pineal system. And when you see the women in nakedness, all that represents is nothing but the spiritual whoredom, man. You know what I'm saying? And notice how they are in nakedness, because as it's written, we shall be seen in nakedness. When you are spiritually naked, you're basically spiritually defiled, and the Most High is going to see everything. Notice how they're building up with the boxes. And you know, when they all naked, showing their body parts, you know, when you're looking at the booty in the videos, remember back in the old days in the Caribbean, the word booty basically ain't mean nothing but basically the valuable for stolen goods, man. And that's why you remember the words like booby trapping and the booty and all of that type of stuff. It goes deep. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's that real, man. And hence why you see that the Asian man is looking at him in the box, because we already know how everything happened last year. Who did they blame it on? The Chinese. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm about to go deep into this, because if you remember back in like 2009 or 8, it was a movie that came out called The Box. And I'm going to delve deep into this, because what happened on the movie, basically, I'm going to play the clip and I'm going to chime in and I'll really break this down. Pay attention to this.
I don't know what she'd do without you.
I don't know what I'd do without her.
We're already living paycheck to paycheck.
We're gonna have to move.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mrs. Lewis, I assume you received the box. I assume you...
Listen to this.
Mrs. Lewis, I assume...
I'm going to break deep into that Lewis now. I've been breaking this down. I want y'all to hear this
you
now.
You push the button, two things will happen. First, someone somewhere in the world whom you don't know will die.
You see what I'm saying? The whole aspect of the power of the box. Now I'm about to delve deep into this, because when you understand this, you see how her name is Lewis. I'm going to get into that a little later. But when you understand the aspect of this film, it was based out in December 1976, and it was basically a NASA engineer, Arthur Lewis, and his wife. You know, they basically had a wooden box where they basically pressed a button, and when you press it, somebody somewhere you don't know will die, and you'll get $1 million for it. You feel what I'm saying? Hence why he said this whole aspect is about breaking barriers, because I'm about to take this real deep, y'all, and I want y'all to bear with me. Now, when you understand the aspect of the whole aspect of the box, which is crazy, it's very crazy, because I'm going to tap into that level of the Lewis in a 1976 in a moment. And I'm actually going to show you something too, because remember I was talking about Zion, and I was talking about how Roddy Ricch, he got his arm in the rim. Notice on the NBA 2K21 trailer, the rim was on fire, representing the judgment of the world. You get what I'm saying? But I'm about to play real deep into this now, because when you understand this, which is so crazy, how we going under quarantine, and when you understand necromancy, which is basically like when you would speak to the dead through the box, man. Here where I'm about to take this to y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Notice how Ellen Moose is already telling me he want to put chips in people's brains. You feel where I'm going with this? Come on, man. I'm about to take y'all deep, y'all. And it's real crazy, because when you look at it too, just pay attention to that. And notice how he's already throwing up the devil horn symbolism. You know what I mean? He actually came out of nowhere too. But you remember when I was talking about the whole aspect with the sharks and everything? I'm about to take this deep, because I'm actually about to go into the Busta Rhymes song called Czar, which is talking about nothing but the new ruler. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. You hear how they said take chains off, everything off? Now I'm about to tap deep into that, what they're talking about on this song, because what that's talking about is basically the dragon in Revelation 13 giving nothing but the beast of the sea basically power and great authority. Hint to take chains off, everything off. And like I said, I don't really want to play it too long because of copyrights, but I'm about to go deep into this too right quick. Now he already said, remember how they was talking about basically how in the box he said they trapping like the 80s. And you notice Busta Rhymes is on his song. He's like, I'm back with the coke. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about basically building up the walls with the Rich Porter prices. You know what I mean? And another thing too, notice Roddy Ricch directed the video, and so did Christian. Now when you understand Christian derives nothing but from Christ, man. Pay attention to this. It's deep like that. I'll show you this because you see this right here on the Busta Rhymes album, the Extinction Level Event 2. Notice he got the L in the middle, and then when you notice the two E's, it's like basically forming the word Lewis. Hey, remember I've been talking about the aspect for the longest about the Lewis Stone, man, representing nothing but the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? All that was the Lewis Stone, like I just read in Psalms 118:22, is basically what the Masons use to raise large stones so that they can set them in place with safety and precision. You know what I mean? And when you understand that too, which is so deep about that, because the Illuminati pyramid removes the top pillar so that they can make the all-seeing eye, aka Satan, the god of this world. You know what I mean? And when you understand the aspect too of why Trump was talking about building up the walls around Mexico, around Texas. Notice this, because as I already said before, Texas is called what? The Lone Star State. I broke this down about how the Lone Star represents nothing but the Messiah, man. And the Space City represents nothing but the powers of heaven. You know what I mean? It's so deep in this symbolism. And when you look at why Ellen Moose is talking about that he want to turn Texas into what he say, he want to make a city called Starbase. Remember how they already said that they want to exalt themselves above the stars. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's that deep, man. And I'm actually gonna read some lyrics right quick from Busta Rhymes. You know, he had dropped that album Extinction Level Event 2. And remember on the song, it was like, take chains off, everything off. You know what I mean? When they had put that Annie up in there. And what that represented anyway was nothing but the beast in Revelation 13 giving power to the dragon. Well, basically the dragon giving power to the beast out the sea, power and authority. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to play it too much because I don't want to get copyright and flagged. But basically, yeah, he was talking about basically building up the city brick by brick, man. You know what I'm saying? And what that brick by brick represent anyway, like I already talked about earlier, is nothing but the aspect of building the Babel Tower again, building like it is in Genesis 11, the brick for stone when they built the Babel Tower. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to get deep into this because remember on the movie I was talking about anyway, the box movie, remember how they was talking about they said Lewis. Listen to this one more time.
I have an offer to make.
Mrs. Lewis,
Mrs. Lewis. And remember, they was the ones that controlling NASA. And you see how I just broke down about Texas being called the Space City, where NASA was really pushed back in the day. And notice how they was remember when I was talking about the movie was made in 1976? Not made in 1976, but based in 1976. I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to take this real deep, y'all, because in 1976, what that 76 comes from is when you understand the aspect of the pyramid. This is why the Masons removed the top pillar of the Illuminati pyramid, because they exalt the all-seeing eye. Because what they want to do is they want to basically remove the Messiah as the top of the chain, man. And as it's written, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and at the pillar border thereof to the Lord, and there should be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts. You know what I mean? And actually the top of the pyramid is established at 76 degrees, man. Hence the 1976. And then you see the shadow right here, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ, of Messiah. You know what I mean? But when you basically understand that, which is so deep, because 1976, you remember back in 1776 when they established America on July 4th, May 1st, 1776. Remember they made that pact in July 4th, 1776 with the independence. But remember, they had 200 years of prosperity, 200 years of freedom to do what thou wilt and establish America how they wanted it to be, man. You know what I'm saying? It's that deep, y'all. It's no joke. You feel me? And I'm about to take it even deeper than that, because what I noticed too, which is so crazy, how the film, they even said Lewis. And you see, I've been breaking it down about the Lewis stone, which is the Messiah that the Masons reject to build their foundation on, man. Hence why Donald Trump was talking about building up walls around Texas. Remember, that's what he was talking about. You remember that? That stuff it goes this deep. It was bigger than this. Just something about basically so you couldn't leave, quarantine, trapping like the 80s. Remember, you got to check out my 80s videos. I got them. I'm gonna put them in the description below. But yeah, man, It goes that deep. And the man who made the film, The Box, his name is Richard Kelly. It was produced by Richard Kelly and directed by Richard Kelly. Now, the name Richard, which is so deep, derives from the name Dick, like Dick and Jane, Dick Gregory. It derives from William, which don't mean nothing but strong ruler. And you remember I was already talking about the will of I am in Exodus 3:14 when the Most High told Moses, tell Israel that I am sent you. Come on, man. Let's get deeper than that. Because Will I Am made a song. He said, I am not happy. I ain't been happy since 86. I am a diarrhea saliva. I spit the I am the Bennett since 1976. His name is William. Will I Am. Bennett since 1976, man. And when you understand that, that's why they was pushing abortion and everything so hard back in that time. You know what I'm saying? They was pushing abortion heavy and feminism. And that's why they've been trying to prevent the birth of the Black Messiah, because 1976 is a very powerful year. Going back to the aspect of Busta Rhymes with the whole aspect, you see that L? And remember, I've been talking about that too, and I'm about to show you something right quick. Again, right quick. You see the L and then you see the two E's. When you look at that, it's so deep because it reminds me of the swastika sign, you know, which represent the true meaning of that. The double swastika represented nothing but the eternity of the Messiah. And then remember I was talking about that L. The L literally is a letter of spiritual, like a spiritual dimension. You get what I'm saying? Representing the souls. Notice how the L had the souls on its on the letter L. You know what I mean? But when you look at that too, which is so deep, because all this really is spelling out is Lewis. Notice the bar and everything in it. You can look at it like a W. You know what I'm saying? It's so deep how this is, man. This stuff is literally just spelling out Lewis. And I've been breaking down a whole aspect of what the name Williams and all of these names mean, man. You feel what I'm saying? And when you understand that too, it's all in our face. There's no way around it. They've been playing with us from the jump, man. You know what I mean? This song was serious. That's why they were pushing it so heavy. Aspect why I said Christian, aka Christ. You know what I mean? Basically meaning nothing but the anointed. That's all Christ means, is the anointed. You know what I'm saying? It's deep stuff, man. And I just really want to touch on that because this stuff is that deep. It's none of the